Hello there, sir, and what is your name?
My name is Mike Smith. Just to confuse everyone, I'm gonna have a couple of mics on this.
Yeah, it's I did start calling MJ Michael halfway through our introduction. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit confusing with the two names. But I think, touch wood, I think you're the only person that calls MJ Mike. So we might be
okay, we should be alright.
we might be okay. Brilliant. Hello, Mike. How are you doing anyway? You well?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. You know, being locked in the house as everyone else is. But apart from that, we're all good. Just getting a little bit stir crazy.
Absolutely, but we're adapting, and we are ultimately enjoying this fine game of Dungeons and Dragons. To me, you're known as Mike Smith, but in the D&D world, what are you going to be known as?
In the D&D world, I'm going to be known as Gregamel Wallows.
Gregamel Wallows. How do you spell Gregamel?
I think it's Gregamel. Hold on. That was Gregamel, sorry.
Gregamel.
So Greg, A-M-E-L. And then Wallows, which is W-A-L-L-O-W-S.
Gregamel Wallows. Excellent name.
The reason I came up with that name is because I kind of went on a twist of two things. So Wallows is obviously from Willow.
Oh, nice.
So giving you kind of like an insight, little hint into what it's going to be in a minute. And Gregamel is obviously in reference to the Smurfs' main bad guy. Yeah, so there we go.
Fair enough. We've got a little person, and I believe if I remember correctly, Willow obviously had Warwick Davis in it, so you're obviously a fan of the smaller, the demure character. So, Gregamel, tell me a bit about him. What's his race? I assume it's a he, Gregamel.
It is a he, yeah, you are right. He is a human. If you want me to go into a bit more detail on him, yeah. He is an old human, so he's going to be roughly late 60s, 70s, somewhere around that. An elderly gentleman, bit hunched over, got a bald head, long white beard, we should say. Walks around with some kind of cane or staff to aid in his walking.
Is as a 60-year-old man with a cane, is he going to hold back the rest of the group? Are they going to find that they're having to wait for him to catch up?
No, you'll be happy to know that his movement is not impaired.
Impaired.
Thank you. He is quite a sprightly old man. The reason because he's so sprightly is because he's also addicted to caffeine.
Okay. I don't think we've got any major drinkers in the group so far. So having a caffeine fiend will be an interesting little twist. So aside from him being a 60-year-old man and hunched over, etc., any other physical attributes that stand out, or is he just a classic human?
He's just a classic kind of hunched over elderly human, basically. Other than his bald head and like his long bushy beard, what else do you want?
Exactly. I mean, with the group that you've got, you probably don't know too much about the rest of the group, but the group you've got is certainly not going to stand out in terms of being the weirdest one in there.
That's a shame.
Well, it will certainly stand out in his own way. So he's a human. He's an old man. Class. What are we thinking for class for this human?
Class, we're going to go Warlock. Warlock?
Not sorcerer.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean sorcerer. We can edit this out. We're just sorcerer. That's what I meant.
Are you multi-classing as a wizard, sorcerer, warlock? That'd be quite impressive.
Whatever you want. It's been a long week at work.
What are you going for? Last time, sorcerer or warlock?
Sorcerer.
There we go. Aside from the fact you nearly said warlock, what drew you to sorcering?
If I'm going to be completely honest, it kind of went with my character and my idea of my character, which I've kind of gone down the wild magic route, so enjoyed that. And the reason that I've kind of gone down that route is I kind of thought he's an old man, he's kind of losing his touch with his magic. He's not as good at it as he used to be. So although he can still cast spells, obviously there's going to be some kind of side effects to him, where he's slightly messed it up.
Oh Christ! I'm looking forward to dealing with wild magic. I mean, it's not like I have enough to do as it is, but to worry about some surging.
Turning into a pot plant and then just sitting there for the rest of the game would be great.
Why not? I made a wild claim earlier that if Gregamel was entertaining enough, then he'd be immortal because I wouldn't want to kill him. But I think I want to kill him in the first 5 minutes at the moment. No, excellent. Are you? I think when I've spoken to you before, you've not really delved into spell casting characters much, or they're not what you tend to gravitate towards anyway.
I don't gravitate towards them. Normally, it's you kind of smacky hit someone class. So, your rogues, your warriors kind of classes. I've gone into paladins, which do obviously have magic.
Mm-hmm.
Quite enjoying playing a paladin at the moment. But that's in a different game altogether. So this is the first one where it's been predominantly magic based that I'm going to go for.
Are you? Does that worry you?
Not really. I mean, I feel it's going to be quite fun to let loose on it a little bit. Just because I've obviously never done it before. We may have a couple of muck-ups somewhere along the line.
Mm.
But I think it'll be fine. Just read up about stuff before I do it. If we do something stupid, I'm sure someone will inform us.
Don't worry, I don't think you'll be the one who's the stupid one in the group. Are you any particular spells that you've got? Have you picked your spells yet, or are you still ruminating on that?
I have picked some of them, or the majority of them. So, sorcerer spell wise, I've got 2 that I start with on level 1. I don't actually have what they do in front of me. I've got the names of them. I've got Hellish Rebunk.
Yep. Okay.
And the other is Arms of Hador, or Hadora, sorry.
Okay. Let's have a quick look at those. I don't know Arms, but we can just very quickly have a look at Hellish.
From what I remember, the Arms one is if someone attacks me after I've cast... Sorry, no. Yeah.
So, Hellish Rebuke is 1 reaction, which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 foot of you that you can see. You point your finger and the creature that damaged you is momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So it just allows you to give a little bit back to anybody who hits you. And the other one was what? Arms?
Arms of Hadar, I think it is.
Let's see if I've got that. I don't recognise that one, so it might be in something else. Arms. Oh, there we go. Arms of Hadar. You invoke the power of Hadar, the dark hunger. Tendrils of dark energy erupt from you and batter all creatures within 10 foot of you. Each creature in that area must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, a target takes 2d6 necrotic damage and can't take reactions until its next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half the damage but suffers no additional effects. So yeah, so it takes. So it's all about retribution with you a little bit. It's all about just dealing some damage.
That would be a bit dangerous, especially if I've got party members around, because it does say all creatures.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem to suggest you can avoid that. But I mean, it is only 10 foot, so as long as you make sure that you're not close to anybody.
I'm gonna do it. We're all in just a broom cupboard.
And it is strength, so if you try and get someone like one of our barbarian friend, he's obviously going to have a fairly decent modifier, so hopefully he can save.
Yeah, I don't think my strength's going to be that high.
No, exactly. Lovely stuff. All right then, Gregamel, just give us a bit more of his background. Where is he? Where's he been hiding? What's he been up to? What's he been doing? Where's he from? Anything you can offer?
Right. So this is going to sound like a cop out, but I promise you it's not. I'm not really going to give you a background story to him.
Okay.
The reason being, again, is because of his character, and he's old and he's kind of forgetful and stuff like this. So he's going to be one of these characters where if someone asks him a question about his past, it's forever changing. He's just making up more and more ludicrous backstories constantly.
Okay.
So if someone says, like, where did I get my sorcerer powers from? One day I could turn around and say, oh, it's because I ate fairy poo. The next day could be I slayed a dragon and drank its blood. It's going to be like a constant changing thing, so no one ever knows really the real truth of his backstory.
I like it. A little roguish almost. I mean, I know it sounds like it's not intentional that he's lying or anything like that, but be interesting to see how the team warm to a character who doesn't really know his own.
Yeah, I think he's going to do it in like a jokey way, so not like a harsh way. He's just going to be kind of like jokes about it constantly and how it's changing. And I feel like as we kind of go through the campaign, it's going to become more apparent to himself. He's going to start remembering bits, and maybe then I'll start building in like the actual backstory for him and where he came from and that kind of thing.
That's nice. I like that. That's something different. It always seems like a lot of pressure on people to build some sort of important backstory that drives the motivations. But
that's the one thing I don't really like about D&D is always someone has like an epic backstory. You never get someone who's just like, oh yeah, I'm the local greengrocer.
I want to fight monsters. Yeah. That's fair.
I just want to do something cool. So,
but this gives you a little bit of time to think about it and obviously see how the character plays out, because obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen in other games where a character's been given a backstory, and then when you play, the character's not necessarily been played in the spirit of that backstory, and to some degree they've sort of got two characters almost, the history and who they're actually playing. Whereas with this guy, you can almost sort of see how the character fits into this world and fits into this group of adventurers, and just see what sort of character you want him to be longer term, because this is going to be an epic story where we'd potentially playing for a couple of years or something like that. So I don't think there's any.
Whether he survives the full couple of years would be.
Let's see.
A different thing.
As long as we don't have any TPKs, I'm absolutely happy. I'm sure I trust you, Mike, as well as everyone else. To if the worst does come to any of your characters, that we'll just import somebody else in and bring a new, exciting character into the fray. Lovely stuff. I asked you, as well as the rest, to pick an uncommon magic item to go with your character to start the quest. What did you pick, and why did you pick it?
Alright, so I'm kind of tossing up between two here. So I'm going to toss them both at you, and then I'm going to kind of decide on which one I want to go for. Okay. So the first is Bag of Holding.
Okay.
So basically, obviously, a magic bag that you can basically just keep chucking stuff into. I think that one, because we could have quite a lot of fun. Say, like, I don't know, if we want to take someone hostage, we can just chuck them in the Bag of Holding. And then I'm just carrying them around on me. Or if we want to sneak in somewhere, just chuck everyone other than the one party member, myself, in it. And I can see that being a lot of fun. So possibly that one. And the other one that I really like the idea of, just because it's incredibly stupid, is Broom of Flight.
Okay.
Which is basically a witch's broom. So you can just fly around on it. And I like the idea that as like a crazy kind of sorcerer, I've just got like bits of wood and kind of nailed it onto this broom to make it look like a dragon. So I'm like riding around on like a dragon, but the dragon like a kid's done in school or something, just it kind of painted on there. I just like that one just for the kind of humour of it. So I think I'm going to go with that one just because he's a bit of a crazy old man. So
let me see. Is there anything else that it does? So it's a wooden broom which weighs 3 pounds, functions like a mundane broom until you stand astride it and speak its command word. It then hovers beneath you and can be ridden in the air. It has a flying speed of 50 feet, so arguably faster than your character. It can carry up to 400 pounds. That's a good couple of characters potentially. But its flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200 pounds. The broom stops hovering when you land. You can send the broom to travel alone to a destination within 1 mile of you if you speak the command word, name the location, and are familiar with that place. The broom comes back to you when you speak another command word. So you could use it. I'm not sure what you could use it for. Not scouting, because it's not like it's sentient or anything like that. But
I could send notes to people, just attach that to it.
Potentially.
Send the broom.
Or a rope on it and tie a rope, like if you want to get across a cavern or something like that, maybe.
Yes, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that, so thanks for that idea.
Yeah, I think. I mean, with the bag of holding, I like your idea of potentially using it as a way of sneaking people in, or using it as a trap, a prison, or if you will. This is probably stepping a bit more into the session 0 stuff, but I'm not going to be. I'm not the sort of dungeon master that's going to worry about the equipment that you're carrying and telling you're over encumbered or anything like that. So certainly a bag of holding in terms of carrying equipment or carrying general equipment, I don't think you need, but if you wanted to use it for larger items or whatever. So I'm going to ask you now for your decision. What are you going to go for, the broom or the bag?
You know what? I'm going to roll a dice.
Oh!
Let me just go grab one.
Love it.
Alright, we're just going to go for a standard D6, odds and evens. Right. Odds we're going to do bag of holding. Evens is obviously the broom. It is a 6. So we are going for the broom.
Excellent choice. I think, if I'm honest, I think I like the idea of the broom better. I think it plays into the role playing. I think there's definitely some fun to be had with that.
I also like to think that someone could come up with some cool art for it. I mean, or myself. So.
Very possibly. Yeah. Very possibly. Excellent. Okay. Brilliant. Right, that leaves us.
I'll draw it just so I can give you all a description of what it looks like.
Yeah, please do. We'll try and actually, with all of the characters, I think we've got 1 or 2 artists in the group, so hopefully we'll get some nice artwork of all of our characters and any items and whatnot up on our social medias. The last thing I've got for you to do, Mike, is to roll for your character. You're obviously a seasoned pro when it comes to D&D, so you will know that we want you to roll 4d6 6 times. Do you have 4d6?
If I was real seasoned pro, I'd have 4d6 in front of me, but I don't. I've got 1.
1d6. Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll 1d6 24 times.
Do you want me to? I'll read them out as I do it. Here we go.
Right. Okay. Hang on. I'll jot these down for you. Okay. All right. First. So this is your first one. Go for it. Before you roll, or before you announce what you just rolled, something that I have been offering to everyone else.
Yeah.
If in any of these 6 rolls, if any of them are 7 or under, I'm going to be offering you the chance to re-roll some dice. Mm-hmm. And should you decide to re-roll any dice, you can. It'll obviously, you have to take the following score. You have to take the new score. But for every dice you re-roll, you have to take a point off of one of your other skills scores. So, for example, if your first roll is 15, for argument's sake, your next one is 7, you re-roll one of your dice and you bump it up to, say, 10, you'd have to lose 1 off of your 15.
I mean, that seems fair.
Yeah? Okay. You might not need it. You might get 8s and above across the board.
No, so. I'm going to get incredible rolls all the time. I don't know what you mean.
Let's go for it. Right, so this is your first 4 rolls.
Okay, so the first actual dice was 3.
3, yep.
That's 3 again.
3.
That's a 4.
4.
And then it is a 2.
So that your first score is a 10.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Okie dokie. So what's your next one?
Okay, next one is a 2.
Yep.
A cocked roll. 5.
Yep.
2.
Okay.
1.
1. Okay, so that's 9. It's not the strongest start, a 10 and a 9.
It's really not.
Come on.
Go on then. Next one. We got a 3.
Okay.
I mean, come on, I've got to get a 6 sooner or later, surely. A 1. A 5.
Okay.
And a 5.
Oh, there we go. So that's a 13. That's a bit more respectable. Okay, so that's 3.
I mean, I am a decrepit old man, so this is going to be quite accurate.
Yeah, probably. So that's the 3 roll. So next one.
It's a 6.
6. Go on.
4.
Go on.
A 2.
Yep.
And a 6.
Oh, there we go. That's what we were after. That's a 16. It's a nice score. Come on. Right, so that's 4.
Was that all of them? I think that's it.
No,
no, one more.
No, you got
one more.
You got to do 6. You've done 4.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so 6.
Yep.
5. Oh, we're getting the good rolls now,
Here
though.
we go.
They're coming out. 6.
Oh.
4.
Okay, so we can all that's 17. Oh, look at that. 16 to 17 back to back. You beauty. Right, last one.
Here we go. This is going to be 1 throughout. 5. 1. 3. 5.
And then a 13. That's not bad. It started slow, but you got all right towards the end there. So, I don't know if you want to write them down. I can send them to you, though.
What's the last one? 14, did you say, or 13?
13. So you got a 10, 9, 13, 16, 17, and a 13. It's not too bad.
That's not poor.
I mean, the 16 is...
No rolls required.
Yeah, 16, 17 is pretty decent. And I think you said off air you're going to go for, as a human, you're going to go for feats rather than...
I am going to go for my feet rather than boosting my abilities up.
Excellent. So you're a sorcerer. I believe their strongest category is charisma. That's where you're probably going to be chucking your 16 or your 17. I'm not sure what else. What's their other one? Is it Constitution, maybe?
Constitution, yeah. Charisma and Constitution.
So yeah. So they'll probably be your 2. So lovely. Not bad at all. Happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad. I'll obviously get this guy together and let you all know in episode 0, if you will.
Yep.
Let's go in. Has everyone been now? Am I the last one on the list?
You are the last. We have had Dweezil, Dabor, Krill, Quinch, and Gregamel. You're the first.
They are strong names.
you are the first to know the full ream of players. I'm looking forward to this. Definitely some interesting characters to be had there, and it's going to be fun to see how all 5 of you play it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I hope is we haven't got someone who is super lawful good and then someone who is super, like, unlawful evil.
Yeah. I was going to ask, actually, what is Gregamel? What's his alignment? Is he a lawful good or a chaotic? Probably chaotic, I guess.
It's going to be a chaotic good.
Yeah. I don't think I got the alignments for everyone, but I think most people certainly on the...
Actually, somewhere around that kind of...
We certainly don't have any evils. I think we've got a few chaotics. I think most people are in the chaotic side.
I mean, knowing everyone in the group, then yeah, I can see that's probably where this is going to go.
Yeah, well, we have a rogue who's clearly going to be sort of chaotic neutral, probably. And yeah. Anyway, lovely stuff. Brilliant. All right, thank you very much, Mike. Mike, aka Gregamel. Anything else you want to say on Gregamel or the campaign as a whole before we get cracking?
You know what? I did have something that I was going to say to you, and I've totally forgotten what it was. So I'm going to say no at this time, and then we'll just. I'm sure
it was something epic, and that you'll be fuming with yourself that you've forgotten about it.
I'm just playing the character, just forgetting stuff, you know.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, Mike, and we will speak soon, and everyone else will hear Gregamel and others soon-ish, something like that.
The one thing I will ask is, can we make sure everyone has character voices ready? I'm a big fan of character voices.
We'll see. I can tell you that there are some voices, and that's all I will tell you. Okay. Brilliant. All right. Thank you very much, Mike. Look after yourself.
All right. Cheers. Catch you later.
Bye. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram @Dice and Desire.